My beloved child, come close and let your heart rest in my presence. I am speaking to you now with a quiet urgency, not to frighten you, but to draw you nearer. There is no need to hurry or to strain to hear me. I am here. I have always been here. I know how hard you have tried to remain steady. I have seen the nights where your chest felt heavy and the silent places inside you trembled with questions you did not know how to express. I know the moments where you wondered whether the next turn in your life would bring blessing or another breaking. You have carried more than you have spoken. You have held battles inside your spirit that no one else could see. But I have seen them all, and I am here now to give you the strength you have needed. Do not continue trying to stand on the unstable ground of your own reasoning. You were never meant to hold yourself upright alone. Let yourself lean into me. Anchor your heart in me the way someone holds on when the wind rises. Not casually, not out of habit, but with full trust. Every breath belongs to me. And every breath I give you is a reminder that I am not distant. I am within your breathing, within your quiet, within your trembling, within your hope. The winds around you may feel like they are beginning to shift, and confusion may seem to whisper at the edges of your peace. But I do not want you to fear this. The world may grow loud with panic, but I am shaping a different rhythm inside you. A rhythm that cannot be interrupted by storms or noise. A rhythm of peace that rests deep in your spirit. The peace I give is not fragile. It does not flicker when winds rise. It settles like deep waters that hold everything steady. Do not waste energy rehearsing what has gone wrong or what could go wrong. The past does not hold your future. Lift your heart and breathe in what I have already spoken over you. I have spoken victory. I have spoken direction. I have spoken life that continues unfolding. Do not hold your breath in hesitation, waiting for clarity to prove itself. Breathe deeply of my presence. Every heartbeat that moves forward in fear becomes misaligned with the peace I am pouring over you. I am not here to inspire you for a moment. I am here to prepare you gently, steadily, lovingly for what comes next. The enemy hopes you will exhale your faith and inhale doubt. But I am teaching you how to breathe differently. Draw your breath from my presence. Let your lungs fill with peace instead of pressure. This is not about simply surviving each day. This is about learning how to live fully, rooted, grounded, secure. What I am building in you will not crumble. Your next steps require your grounding in me, not in your performance, not in others' validation, not in circumstances being perfect, only me. Trust is no longer optional for the journey I am walking you into. Trust is the compass that will keep you clear when the path bends. You are entering a season that is not meant to overwhelm you, but to awaken you. And I will walk with you step by step. My timing is not rushed, and yet it is intentional. The moment of readiness has arrived. And readiness does not mean you feel brave. It means your spirit is open. Now that your heart is resting more gently in my presence, I want you to begin stepping forward slowly. There is no need to leap, no need to sprint. Just take one small, steady step. What once looked narrow or uncertain will begin to expand as you move. I am clearing what you cannot see. I am removing what would have tripped you. I am making room for you. You do not need to force anything. You only need to follow. Do not be surprised when you feel more space where there once was pressure. This is my work in motion. I am shaping the ground under your feet. I am creating a path that fits the calling I have placed inside you. You are not walking blindly. You are being guided lovingly. The things that used to weigh you down no longer have permission to carry influence over your steps. I have lifted the weight you once believed belonged to you, and I will continue lifting. You do not need to drag the past into where I am taking you. Let it rest. Let it fall away. The delay you experienced was preparation, not rejection. The waiting shaped strength, and now the time is shifting gently, naturally. The path you are on now is not a common one. It is uniquely shaped for your life, for your healing, for your calling, for your peace. You do not need to rush. You do not need to prove anything. You only need to stay with me. You are not behind. You have not missed anything. You are arriving exactly when you are meant to. Keep your eyes lifted, beloved, not on what you could lose, not on who does or does not understand. Lift your eyes to me. I am here. I am guiding. I am holding your hand in mine, and we will walk this gently together. Continue to breathe slowly here with me. Let your shoulders soften. Let the part of you that always feels responsible for holding everything together take one quiet step back. You do not have to brace yourself in my presence. You are safe here. You are seen here. You are understood here without needing to explain or defend your heart. My beloved, you have walked through seasons where it felt like you needed to stay alert even while resting, where you were never fully able to let your spirit unclench. You became accustomed to scanning for what could go wrong. You learned how to stay ready for disappointment before joy fully arrived. And I know how exhausting that has been for you. You did not choose that posture because you lacked faith. You chose it because you were trying to survive. But survival is not the story I am writing over you anymore. I am guiding you into restoration, into wholeness, into a peace that does not come and go depending on circumstances. A peace that settles into your bones. A peace that becomes your home. Let yourself notice the quiet that is forming around your spirit. This quiet is not emptiness, it is healing. It is the soft clearing of a space that has long been crowded with pressure and expectation. I am making room for you to breathe again. You do not need to fight to keep what I am giving you. What I give, I guard. What I establish, I sustain. The ground beneath your feet is held steady by my hand, not by your ability to manage every outcome. Rest in that. You are allowed to rest. And as you rest, I want you to begin releasing the weight of decisions you have been carrying alone. You do not need to solve everything at once. You do not need to choose your entire future today. Simply take the next gentle step. I will show you each step at the right time. I am not rushing you. I am not pushing you. I am guiding you. There will be moments when I ask you to move, and even then, I will not demand urgency. I lead with peace, not pressure. I draw you with gentleness, not force. The world pushes. Fear pushes, anxiety pushes, but I do not push you, I lead you. And those who follow me learn to walk without fear of misstep, because my hand remains steady in theirs. Everything that is meant for you cannot be taken from you. Every blessing I have spoken over your life is anchored in my faithfulness, not in your perfection. You are not walking toward something fragile. You are walking toward something secure. So let your heart soften toward your future. Let your breathing slow. Let your thoughts settle like snow resting gently on quiet earth. Nothing is slipping away from you. Nothing good is leaving you. Nothing meant for you is at risk. You are not losing. You are not late. You are not behind. You are being prepared, shaped, strengthened, and held. There will be times where I ask you to release things, roles, relationships, patterns, expectations that no longer fit the person you are becoming. I will not ask you to let go in a way that leaves you empty. I will always replace what is released with something that aligns with your growth, something that nourishes your heart instead of draining it. You will not lose anything needed for your healing. You will not lose anything needed for your purpose. You will not lose anything that I have ordained for your journey. You will only lose the weight that has been exhausting your spirit, and I will help you release it gently, not all at once, not with force, but the way morning light slowly melts the frost, softly, steadily, naturally, without strain. Your heart will adjust to peace, just as it once adjusted to surviving. Now listen to this, my beloved. You do not need to earn rest. You do not need to prove you deserve peace. You do not need to justify your healing. Peace is your inheritance. Rest is your right. Healing is my gift to you. Sit with that. Let it land. Let it be true for you. I am not in a hurry with you, and I am not disappointed in how long it has taken you to reach this moment. Everything is unfolding exactly as it needed to. Nothing is wasted. Nothing has been for nothing. Even the parts that hurt, even the parts that broke, even the parts you wish you could erase. I have been shaping you gently, even through the ache, and now I am restoring you gently, even through the quiet. You are safe to rest now. You are safe to hope now. You are safe to breathe again. I am with you, and I am not going anywhere. Stay here with me just a little longer. Let the quiet settle. Let your breathing find a natural rhythm. There is no need to rush forward. Healing is not something I hurry. I do not measure your growth by speed. I measure it by depth, by gentleness, by the way peace begins to take root inside you. My beloved, I want to speak to the part of you that still feels like you must always be strong. The part of you that tightens your jaw and steadies your voice, even when your heart is trembling. The part of you that learned to stay composed because you believed breaking would mean failing. I see that part of you. I see how hard it has worked to protect you, and I am not here to shame it. I am here to let it rest. You don't need to prove resilience to me. I already know the battles you have walked through silently, the ones no one else recognized, the ones that changed your inner world in ways words could not explain. And I honor the strength it took for you to keep moving through those seasons. But now I am teaching you a different kind of strength, a strength that does not require clenched fists, a strength that does not require carrying everything alone, a strength that does not come from effort, but from surrender, soft strength, peaceful strength, steady strength that rises from the inside out. You do not have to be the strong one all the time. You do not have to be the one who holds every piece of every situation together. I am holding you. I am holding the details that feel too fragile to touch. I am holding the outcomes that feel uncertain. I am holding the future that feels too wide and too unknown. I am holding you, and I am not letting go. Let your shoulders fall. Let your breath deepen. Let your heart stop bracing for impact. You are not in danger anymore. The season where you had to stay guarded is ending. The season where you had to stay on alert is passing. The version of you that survived is now handing the story to the version of you that will heal. And this transition will feel unfamiliar. Healing always feels strange to a heart that learned to live in survival. You may feel moments of restlessness, as if something is missing. That is only the absence of stress that once lived inside you. Do not go searching for the weight that used to be there. Do not look for the struggle you once carried. Healing sometimes feels like something is off simply because peace is new. Trust the quiet. Trust what feels different. Trust the relief. There's a gentleness I am leading you into, a gentleness toward yourself. A gentleness that does not shame you for needing time, tenderness, and space to grow. You are not meant to rush your emotional healing. You are meant to receive it the way sunlight warms your skin, slowly, steadily, naturally. You are not behind. You are opening. And opening is sacred work. Now listen, my beloved. The world around you may still move fast. People may still demand speed, answers, certainty, but you are no longer required to match their pace. You are being guided by a different rhythm. The rhythm of healing, the rhythm of peace, the rhythm of divine timing. Walk slowly if you need to. Pause when your heart asks for rest. Step forward when you feel my gentle pull. This is how you stay aligned with me. Do not let anyone convince you that slowness is failure. Growth that lasts is never rushed. Roots that hold firm are never forced. What I am doing in you is deep, and depth requires time. You are shedding old layers, old fears, old beliefs about yourself that were formed in pain. You are stepping out of old rooms where your spirit once felt too small for the life inside you. You are growing into who you actually are, not who survival required you to be. And as you grow, you will notice that some things you used to tolerate no longer feel comfortable. Some conversations will feel too heavy. Some environments will feel too loud. Some relationships will not meet you where your healing is leading you. This is not loss. This is maturing. This is clarity. This is alignment. You are not walking away from people. You are walking toward wholeness. And those meant to walk with you will recognize this change, not fear it. Let your heart release what feels finished. Let your spirit bless what is closing. Let your steps rest in what is opening. I am guiding you away from what drains you. I am guiding you toward what nourishes you. You do not need to force endings. I will close what needs to close. You do not need to chase new beginnings. I will open what is meant for you. Your role is simply to stay soft, stay open, stay connected to my presence. You are safe to change. You are safe to heal. You are safe to grow into who you are becoming. You are safe, beloved. You are safe now. I am here, and I am not leaving. Rest here, beloved. Let the quiet keep unfolding. Let the warmth of my presence continue to ease the places that have been tense for too long. You are not rushed in this space with me. There is no expectation on you here. No performance, no evaluation, only love, only nearness, only peace. You have carried so much alone. You learned how to move forward even when your heart felt heavy. You learned how to be there for others even when no one knew how to be there for you. And I want you to know, I saw all of it. I saw the silent strength. I saw the quiet tears. I saw the prayers you whispered without words because your heart was too tired to form them. Nothing in your journey has been invisible to me. Every moment of pressure, every moment of hoping, every moment of trying again. Every moment of holding on when you didn't know why you still were. I held you through all of it. And I am holding you now, not because you are struggling, but because I love you. My love for you is not based on crisis. My love does not increase when you break or decrease when you rise. It is steady, constant, unshaken. You do not need to hurt to be held. You do not need to be strong to be loved. You do not need to earn comfort. You are worthy of rest simply because you are mine. Let your heart feel that truth. You belong. You are safe. You are loved. You are not too much. You are not too emotional. You are not behind. You are not difficult to stay with. You are not hard to love. The world may not have reflected these truths to you consistently, but I am not the world. I am your home. And in the safety of this home, I want to speak to your sense of direction. I know there are times when you've wondered if you're making the right choices, if you've missed your moment, if you've wandered too far off a path you were meant to stay on. I know you have questioned whether you have disappointed me, whether you have slowed down something I needed you to step into sooner. I know you have wondered whether the time you lost can ever be restored. Listen closely. You have not missed anything I designed for your life. There is no moment you were meant to have that passed without me. There is no door that closed before you were ready. There is no opportunity lost that was meant to remain with you. Nothing I have ordained has slipped from your grasp. The time that felt wasted has been woven into wisdom. The seasons that felt silent were shaping your roots. The quiet years were preparing your heart to receive what loud seasons cannot teach. You have not failed your purpose. You are arriving at it with greater tenderness, depth, compassion, and clarity than you would have if everything had come quickly. Slow miracles are still miracles, and your story is not delayed. It is being aligned. So now, instead of worrying about where you should be, let your heart rest where you are. This moment is not too early. This moment is not too late. You are standing exactly in the place where the next unfolding begins. Do not worry about the full path. You are not meant to see every step right now. If I showed you the whole map, your mind would try to travel it all at once. If I revealed the fullness of what is coming, your heart would rush instead of rest. So I give you just enough for now. Enough to feel guided, enough to feel held, enough to feel hope rise slowly, warmly, gently. When it is time for the next step, you will know. Not by pressure, not by fear, not by urgency, but by peace. Peace will guide you like a hand resting softly on your back, encouraging you forward without force. And when peace rests, you rest. When peace leads, you follow. When peace pauses, you pause. This is how you move with me, with softness, with trust, with steady grace, not rushing, not striving, not trying to earn outcomes with effort, just being with me, just walking with me, just breathing with me. Your life is not a race, your healing is not behind schedule. Your future is not fragile. Everything that is meant for you is already held in place. I am not asking you to do more. I am asking you here with me, right now, in this breath, in this quiet, in this peace. I am here, and I am not leaving. Type yes if you are ready for the blessings that you are about to receive. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. Stay here with me, beloved. You do not need to prepare yourself for anything right now. You do not need to perform or decide or figure out what comes next. This moment is simply about being held, being reminded that you are not walking through life alone. The peace you feel beginning to unfold in your chest is not temporary. It is not a momentary comfort. It is my presence restoring you from the inside out. Let your breath stay slow. Let your heart remain soft. There is nothing to resist here. Nothing to protect yourself from. Nothing to guard against. You can let yourself be loved. So many times you have been the one to carry, to hold, to comfort, to reassure others. You have been the one who stayed strong when others could not. You have been the one who kept walking, even with unanswered questions sitting heavy inside you. And while there is beauty in the compassion you have shown, there were moments you forgot that you too deserve to be held, that you too deserve to be comforted, that you too deserve to be cared for. I am caring for you now. Let yourself lean in. Let yourself soften. Let yourself be loved without conditions. You do not have to be useful to be cherished. You do not have to be perfectly healed to be worthy. You do not have to have everything figured out to be seen. I see you, fully, completely, and I love you as you are, not who you think you should be, not who you pretend to be when you feel you must be strong, not who you were in the past, not who you are trying to become. You, right now, are beloved, and there is room for your whole self here. Your softness, your uncertainty, your hope, your fatigue, your quiet longing. Nothing in you is too much for me. The emotions you have pushed down because you didn't know where to place them, you can place them with me. The questions you have been afraid to ask because you feared the answer, you can ask them in my presence. Nothing you bring to me threatens my love for you. I do not love you because you are strong. I love you because you are mine, and there is nothing that can separate you from that love. Not mistakes, not delays, not confusion, not fear, not loss, not even the moments you felt far from me. You were never far. Your heart was simply tired, and I understood. I have been holding a place of rest for you through every step. Even when you could not feel me, even when your prayers felt empty, even when your hope felt thin, even when you wondered if I was listening, I was there. I have always been there, not watching from a distance, but sitting beside you in the quiet, holding the weight with you. And now, slowly, gently, I am lifting that weight. Not all at once, because your heart deserves tenderness. Not in a rush, because your spirit needs time to breathe again. Not with force, because your healing is precious. But piece by piece, breath by breath, moment by moment, I am restoring you. You do not need to hold everything anymore. You do not need to be the one who always knows what to do. You do not need to feel ashamed for needing rest. Rest is not a retreat. Rest is a return to yourself, a return to peace, a return to me. Let your heart take its time. Do not judge your pace. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right where I am meeting you. You are learning to trust the quiet. You are learning to live in peace instead of survival. You are learning to receive love without fear of losing it. This is holy work. There is no rush. You are safe to heal slowly. You are safe to feel deeply. You are safe to grow at the speed of peace. And I am here. In every breath you take, in every soft step forward, in every moment of stillness. You are not alone, beloved. You are held. You are seen. You are safe. You are loved. Stay here in the softness of this moment. Let your heart continue to unwind. There is no need to think about what comes later. Healing happens most deeply when you stop trying to direct it and simply let yourself be present in the quiet of my love. You are learning how to rest again, not just in your body, but in your soul. You have spent so long feeling like you needed to stay ready for something to go wrong. You learned to anticipate loss before joy fully arrived. You learned to prepare your heart for disappointment before hope could take root. And I understand why you did. The world taught you that safety was found in embracing yourself. But I am teaching you something different now. Safety is found in trust, not tension. You do not need to hold your heart like a fragile glass anymore. Your heart is stronger than you think, and I am gentler than you have known. You are safe to let go of the armor you once needed. You are safe to stop preparing for pain. Feel how your breath softens when you no longer expect hurt around every corner. Feel how your chest loosens when you no longer assume you must defend yourself. Feel how your shoulders fall when you no longer believe you must stay vigilant to be protected. I am your protection, not your fear, not your caution, not your self-defense. Me. Let yourself rest in that. Let yourself learn what it feels like to move through life without constantly being on guard. You don't need to watch for danger. I watch for you. You don't need to predict loss. I hold what is yours. You don't need to prepare for being left. I do not leave. Your heart has been tired from anticipating what could go wrong. Now I am teaching your heart to anticipate what can go right. Hope is returning gently, not as a dramatic surge, but as a steady warmth, a quiet openness, a soft readiness to believe again. Not because circumstances look perfect, but because you are beginning to trust that you are not walking alone. This trust is not something you must force. It grows naturally in the presence of love. And I am not just giving you peace, I am rebuilding your confidence in your own spirit. Listen, there is nothing wrong with you. You did not break beyond repair. You did not lose the version of yourself that felt whole. You are not trying to find your way back to who you once were. You are becoming someone deeper than before, someone wiser, softer, stronger in a quiet way, more anchored, more compassionate, more connected to me. You are not returning to an old identity. You are growing into your truer one. And this process will feel gentle, not dramatic, not sudden, not rushed. Healing that lasts rarely comes in a single burst. It comes in slow, faithful waves that wash the soul clean without tearing anything. So when you feel change happening quietly, do not dismiss it. When your heart feels lighter for a moment than it did yesterday, notice it. When your thoughts soften toward yourself, honor it. These are signs of restoration unfolding. Not every transformation begins with a breakthrough. Some begin with a breath, and right now, your breath is returning to peace. Do not fear how still things feel. Stillness is not stagnation. Stillness is the ground where clarity grows. In this quiet, I am showing you who you are becoming. A person who does not need to prove their worth. A person who does not panic when the future is unknown. A person who is guided by peace instead of fear. A person who trusts that love is not fragile. A person who rests in the knowledge that they are held. You are becoming whole, not in an instant, but in a rhythm. Now listen to this with your whole heart. Life will not always feel like survival. There will be mornings that feel light. There will be days that feel clear. There will be peace that feels natural, not earned. There will be joy that does not feel like a visitor, but like home. You will laugh again without wondering when the joy will end. You will love again without defending your heart. You will dream again without fearing disappointment. The world within you is healing, and it will continue to heal. Not because you are trying hard, but because you are allowing yourself to be held. You are not doing this alone. You never were. I am here. I have always been here. You are safe, beloved. You are safe to rest, and you are safe to hope. Stay in this quiet place with me a little longer. Let your breathing continue to deepen. Let the peace settle where stress once lived. You are not rushing toward wholeness. You are returning to it. There is no distance between your heart and mine. I am here, and I am not withdrawing from you. There are parts of you that are only now beginning to thaw. Places inside that you tucked away when life felt heavy, when hope felt dangerous, when trying felt painful. You didn't hide these places because you were weak. You hid them because they were tender and you were protecting yourself the best way you knew how. But now, beloved, those tender places are safe to open again. You are safe to feel again. You are safe to hope again. You are safe to allow light where there was once guarded silence. Do not rush this opening. Do not force yourself to be further along. Do not judge your pace. Healing does not move in straight lines. Healing moves like breath, expanding and softening, contracting and releasing. Some days you will feel strong, some days you will feel unsure. Some days your heart will be quiet, some days your heart will be tender. All of it is part of the journey. All of it is welcome here. There is nothing you feel that frightens me, nothing you think that surprises me, nothing you reveal that I cannot hold with care. You have never been too complex for me. You have never been too emotional for me. You have never been too much. Your depth is not a burden. It is beauty, and I am teaching you how to live from that depth without fear. This healing is not only restoring your heart, it is restoring your identity. The world taught you to shrink in order to feel safe, to quiet yourself, to avoid being misunderstood, to hold back your tenderness, to avoid rejection. But you were not created to live small. You were created to love deeply, to feel fully, to move gently, to carry compassion that transforms the spaces you enter. Your softness is not weakness. Your sensitivity is not flaw. Your empathy is not something to hide. These are reflections of my heart within you. You are learning how to live without apologizing for your light. There will be moments when you notice yourself choosing peace instead of reacting out of old wounds. There will be moments when you speak kindly to yourself instead of criticizing. There will be moments when you walk away from what once drained you. These are not small things. These are milestones. Honor them. You are not who you were a year ago. You are not who you were even a month ago. Your heart is opening. Your spirit is growing. Your life is shifting. This has been happening quietly, patiently, beneath the surface. And now, slowly, gently, you will begin to feel the evidence. More calm where there was anxiety, more clarity where there was confusion, more grace in the places where you once felt pressure, more presence in the moments where your mind once escaped into worry. This is what restoration feels like. Not loud, not dramatic, not demanding to be noticed, but steady, loving, soft, sure. You are healing in ways the world may not see, but heaven sees it. I see it. And I am proud of you. Not for being strong, but for allowing yourself to soften. Not for holding everything together, but for allowing yourself to rest. Not for knowing the answer, but for trusting that you don't have to. You are doing holy work simply by allowing peace to stay. Let your heart continue to open at this pace. Let your spirit continue to unfold gently. Let your hope continue to rise quietly. Nothing about you is behind. Nothing about you is wrong. Nothing about you is broken beyond repair. You are becoming whole, beautifully, softly, steadily. And I am with you in every breath. Stay with me here. Let your breathing remain soft. Let your heart stay open. You are not reaching for me. You are resting in me. You don't have to try. You don't have to strive. You don't have to earn this closeness. This closeness is your inheritance. This peace is your home. There is a stillness forming inside you, one that your soul has longed for. Not the stillness of emptiness, but the stillness of presence, a settling, a grounding, a quiet knowing that you are held, that you are seen, that you are safe. You have spent many seasons feeling as if you needed to be ready to defend your heart. But now I am teaching your heart to receive without fear, to open without flinching, to trust without bracing. The tenderness inside you is waking up again. Not because life has gotten easier, but because love is becoming stronger in you. This part of your journey is about relearning softness, not fragility, but softness that comes from strength. Softness that knows it does not have to protect itself. Softness that understands it is safe to feel. Softness that trusts love is not going anywhere. You have been given permission to exhale now. To release the weight that used to live behind your ribs. To let your spirit stretch into the safety of this peace. Let that be enough for this moment. You do not need to reach for anything more. You do not need to try to understand what comes next. You do not need to anticipate. Just breathe. The healing happening inside you is real, even if it feels gentle, especially because it feels gentle. Transformation that is forced does not last, but transformation born from tenderness takes root deeply, and yours is taking root beautifully. I am leading you slowly so nothing in your spirit is rushed. I am leading you gently so nothing in your healing is bruised. I am leading you kindly so nothing in your heart is frightened. This is not the kind of change that collapses you. This is the kind of change that unlocks you. You are not being undone, you are being restored. You are not being emptied, you are being refilled. You are not losing yourself, you are remembering yourself. The parts of you that once felt dim, muted, or quiet are being warmed back to life, not with force, but with love. Your inner world is shifting, the ground beneath your emotions is strengthening. Your thoughts are beginning to move with more kindness. Your heart is beating in a calmer rhythm. This is what it feels like when peace becomes part of your nature, instead of just something you visit. And now, something beautiful is beginning to happen. You are learning to comfort yourself with my presence, not pressure. You are learning to reassure yourself with truth, not fear. You are learning to choose gentleness where you once chose self-blame. This is not small. This is not accidental. This is spiritual maturity born through tenderness. There will come a day, soon, when you look back and realize, I am no longer fighting to stay alive inside my own heart. I am finally living. You won't have to force that awareness. It will rise naturally, like dawn, not quickly, but surely, softly, gradually, until the light is simply everywhere. For now, just stay here. Let your heart rest in the warmth of love that does not leave. Let your spirit lean into the safety of being fully known and fully held. Let yourself believe that tenderness is not temporary. Peace is not visiting you. Peace is returning to you. For you are not alone. You have never been alone, and you will not be alone. I am here. I have always been here. I am not going anywhere. Rest here. Let the gentleness continue to settle around you like a warm blanket. You do not need to shift into thinking or planning. You do not need to figure out where this is leading. Healing is not something you chase. It is something you allow. Peace is not something you perform. It is something you receive. The quiet within you is deepening. Not silence from emptiness, but silence from being held. Your heart is learning how to feel safe inside itself again, how to breathe without fear, how to exist without bracing, how to allow joy without suspicion, and that is holy. I am teaching your heart how to trust life again, slowly, carefully, kindly, because trust cannot be forced. It must be nurtured. It must be allowed to grow at the speed of peace. I know there are moments when hope rises in you and then pauses, uncertain, asking, Is it really safe to open? And my answer is gentle but steady. Yes. It is safe to open here. It is safe to feel here. It is safe to soften here. You are not opening into emptiness. You are opening into my presence. You are not stepping into vulnerability alone. You are stepping into it while being held. I do not ask you to expose your heart to harm. I ask you to let your heart breathe in safety. You are not fragile. You are tender. And tenderness is strength that has survived. I honor that strength in you. Now, beloved, I want to speak to something quietly shifting inside you. There's a new beginning forming, but it does not feel loud. It does not feel overwhelming. It does not feel like a dramatic turning point. It feels like a thought that brings peace instead of panic. A decision that feels natural instead of forced. A desire to care for yourself instead of dismiss yourself. A soft curiosity about the future instead of dread. A sense that things might actually unfold gently. This is the beginning of hope returning. Not as an emotion that comes and goes, but as a way of being. Hope is not pretending. Hope is remembering that the story is still being written, and your story is still unfolding beautifully. You are not at the end. You are not stuck in a chapter that will last forever. You are in a place of becoming. The version of you that is emerging is more grounded, more compassionate, more steady, more whole. Not perfect. Perfect has never been the goal, but real, peaceful, and aligned. And this alignment is not something you must chase. It is something that rises naturally as you rest in me. Do you feel how your spirit is no longer fighting the same battles in the same way? Do you feel how your heart is beginning to trust even the smallest moments of relief? Do you feel how your thoughts are slowly learning to choose kindness before criticism? This is not coincidence. This is not temporary. This is healing that has reached your core. You are learning how to live without waiting for pain to return. You are learning how to live without preparing for disappointment. You are learning how to live in the present without fear of the future. And I am with you in every quiet moment of this unfolding. Now, beloved, let me reassure you of something important. You do not need to rush to the next step. You do not need to prove that you are moving forward. You do not need to demonstrate your healing to anyone. Growth is not validated by visibility. It is validated by peace. And peace is already here. There will come a time when I ask you to step forward in new ways. Not yet. Not now. For now, I am asking you simply to stay close, to remain soft, to remain present, to remain receptive. The next chapter does not require you to be stronger. It requires you to be softer. Life will not be built out of fear anymore. It will be built out of peace. Your strength will not come from holding yourself tightly together, but from letting yourself be held. Your security will not come from control, but from trust. Your clarity will not come from overthinking, but from listening to the peace that rises when something is right. You are learning to move with my voice, not as a command shouted from afar, but as a whisper gently felt from within. You are learning that I do not call you by pressure. I call you by peace. So if your heart is calm, move forward. If your heart is hesitating, wait. If your heart contracts, pause. If your heart softens, trust. This is how I lead you now, gently, consistently, quietly, lovingly. You are not lost. You are being guided. You are not wandering. You are being led. You are not guessing. You are learning to listen. You are not alone. You have never been alone, and you never will be. Rest here with me. Let your breath remain calm and natural. Let your heart stay open at the pace that feels gentle and real. You are not reaching for peace. Peace is finding you. The work is no longer in straining to be healed, but in allowing healing to continue unfolding where it already has begun. This is the tender part of the journey, the part where the heart begins to trust that peace is not temporary. And I know sometimes this is when fear whispers the loudest. Fear says, "What if this doesn't last? What if I fall back? What if I open my heart and get hurt again?" Listen to me. You are not going backward. You are not returning to who you once were. You are not in danger of losing what is growing inside you. This healing is not fragile. This peace is not accidental. This restoration is not shallow. It is rooted deep. It is anchored in my presence. It is unfolding from the inside out. Yes, there may still be moments where old feelings surface, not because you are failing, but because your heart is releasing what it once held. Healing does not erase your past, it transforms your relationship to it. Where pain once lived, compassion begins to rise. Where fear once dictated your steps, gentleness begins to guide them. You are not meant to forget your story. You are meant to reframe it with grace. Even your hardest chapters have been woven into wisdom. Nothing you have lived is wasted. Nothing you have felt is meaningless. Nothing you have survived is without purpose. The parts of your heart that once felt like ruins are now becoming gardens. Slowly, quietly, tenderly. Do not rush the blooming. There are seeds you planted in the dark seasons. Seeds of faith, of longing, of endurance, of love, that are only now beginning to sprout. And growth that is rooted in darkness often grows the strongest. What was hidden beneath the soil is now stretching toward the light. Your heart is beginning to believe in life again. You are beginning to feel the future, not as something to fear, but as something to welcome, even if you don't see the full picture yet. Even if you don't know how everything will unfold, there is a soft readiness forming in you. Not the readiness that comes from pressure, not the readiness that comes from bracing, but the readiness that comes from peace. You are not pushing yourself forward. You are being drawn forward, drawn by hope, drawn by healing, drawn by the quiet certainty that you are held, and you are. You are held by love that does not change. You are held by grace that does not run out. You are held by peace that does not disappear when feelings shift. You are held by me. So when your heart feels uncertain, come back here, to this softness, to this breath, to this quiet. Nothing in your life requires you to leave this peace behind. You are not being called back to survival. You are not being pulled back into strain. You are not being asked to return to self-protection. You are being asked to stay open, stay soft, stay present, stay gentle with yourself. Stay aware of my nearness. And when life moves around you, remember this: you do not have to match the speed of the world. You move at the speed of peace now. You make decisions from rest, not urgency. You speak from your heart, not from your fear. You choose from alignment, not from pressure. You have nothing to prove. You have nothing to defend. You have nothing to earn. You are already held, already loved, already safe. The more deeply you believe that, the more beautifully your life will unfold. Not through force, but through gentle alignment. Stay here, beloved, in this softness, in this warmth, in this peace. I am with you. I am holding you. I am not leaving. Rest your mind a little more. Feel how the silence around you is no longer heavy. Feel how it no longer presses against your chest. Instead, it holds you, supports you, allows you to breathe. This is the kind of quiet that restores the soul. The quiet that comes when trust begins to settle where fear once lived. There is no need to hurry this moment. No need to rush toward what is next. No need to measure how far you are in your healing. This journey is not measured in distance. It is measured in softness, in the gentleness returning to your heart, in the peace resting at the base of your breath. And I know, sometimes you still wonder if you are doing enough, if you are resting correctly, if you are healing the right way, if your heart is changing fast enough. Listen to me with tenderness. You are not behind in anything. You are not delayed. You are not slow. You are not missing something others have found. You are healing at the speed that is kind to your heart. This is not about progress that others can see. This is about restoration that only your spirit can feel. Your healing is happening in layers, unfolding like dawn. The first light appears soft, almost imperceptible. Then the shadows slowly release their hold. Then warmth rises where cold once stayed. Then the world begins to open. You are somewhere in that beautiful unfolding. Do not rush sunrise. You have already changed in ways your mind has not yet fully recognized. You are gentler with yourself than before. You are more patient with your emotions. You are more aware of when your spirit needs rest. You are choosing peace more often than pressure. This is transformation, and there is more to come, but none of it requires force. Let yourself continue being receptive. Let yourself continue being open. Let yourself continue being led, not driven. Driven hearts exhaust themselves. Led hearts flourish. You are learning to flourish. Now listen to this truth quietly. Your story is not over. Your purpose is not over. Your joy is not over. Your calling is not over. There are chapters ahead that will feel lighter than what you have known. There are days ahead that will feel spacious and warm. There are relationships ahead that will feel safe for your heart. There are moments ahead where laughter will return without caution. Type yes if you are ready for the blessings that you are about to receive. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. Do not believe the lie that what has been difficult defines what will always be. Winter is not the conclusion. It is the preparation for spring. You are in the gentle thaw, the soft return, the early unfolding. You are not rising with force, you are rising with grace. And this soft rising is more powerful than anything that came before. Because this strength does not come from survival, it comes from peace, from trust, from softness, from love. Your heart is learning how to stay open without fear, and that is one of the holiest transformations a soul can experience. So when emotions surface, welcome them gently, without judgment. When tears rise, let them fall softly, without shame. When tiredness washes over you, rest without apology. This is not weakness, this is honoring your spirit. You are not meant to power through life. You are meant to move through it with presence. You are meant to feel, to notice, to experience, to reflect, to love, not hurriedly, not anxiously, but fully. And you are learning to live fully again, not by going faster, but by going gentler. This gentleness will follow you into your days, in the way you speak, in the way you breathe, in the way your eyes soften, in the way your heart listens, in the way your spirit rests. And people will notice. They will feel something peaceful around you. Not loud, not pronounced, but unmistakably real. You will not need to explain. Peace explains itself. This is who you are becoming. A person who carries peace, not pressure. A person who creates safety without speaking loudly. A person whose presence reminds others to breathe again. Not because you are trying to be that person, but because healing has made room for your true nature to return. And your true nature is gentle, warm, open, steady, loving. You are remembering who you have always been. You are not transforming into someone new, you are returning to yourself. And I am with you in every breath of that return. You are safe, you are loved, you are held. Always. Stay here in this calm. Feel how the gentle presence around you is steady and unchanging. It does not rise and fall based on your emotions. It does not leave when your thoughts wander. It does not withdraw when old fears try to resurface. This peace is not fragile. It is not something you need to hold tightly to. It is holding you. Let yourself lean into it even more. Right now, there is something beautiful happening. Your nervous system is learning safety again. Your body is learning how to exist without constant readiness for pain. Your breath is beginning to trust that it no longer needs to rush. This is deep healing, the kind that reaches places words cannot touch. You don't need to understand it for it to work. You only need to allow it. Let every breath remind your body, it is safe here. I am not in danger. I am allowed to rest now. You have spent so long trying to be strong, so long holding yourself together, so long bracing for impact, so long preparing for the worst. But beloved, you don't have to brace anymore. Your heart is not standing on shaking ground. You are not waiting for something to collapse. You are not one wrong step away from breaking. You are on steady ground now. This peace you feel, it is not temporary relief. It is the beginning of a foundation built on trust instead of fear, gentleness instead of defense, rest instead of strain. You are learning how to live from your heart again, without flinching. And yes, there will still be moments where old reflexes show themselves. A sudden tightening in your chest, a thought that tries to warn you of danger that isn't there, an emotional memory that surfaces unexpectedly. When those moments come, do not panic. This is your body releasing what it once held. This is your heart undoing the knots tied during survival. This is unlearning. This is healing. When you feel those echoes, just whisper, "It's safe now. I don't have to hold everything anymore." And watch how your heart responds, gently, slowly, willingly. You are not going backwards. You are clearing the remnants of what once burdened you. Healing does not mean never feeling pain again. Healing means pain no longer has authority over your direction. Your heart is no longer ruled by fear. Your future is no longer shaped by old wounds. Your worth is no longer tied to struggle. You are free now, even if the freedom is still unfolding. This freedom will not rush you. It will not demand anything of you. It will grow with you like sunlight entering a room through an open window, gradually, warmly, naturally. There is no pressure here. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to rest while you grow. You are allowed to move slowly and still be moving forward. This is the kind of growth that lasts. Not dramatic, not rushed, not forced, soft, sustainable, kind. And now, beloved, a gentle reassurance. You will not lose this peace just because life changes. You will not lose this healing just because challenges arise. You will not lose this softness just because the world can be loud. Peace is not something the world gives you, so the world cannot take it from you. It comes from within, from your spirit, from the quiet place where you and I meet, from love that cannot be shaken. This peace is your home now. When the world feels overwhelming, you will return here. When voices around you are loud, you will return here. When emotions rise suddenly, you will return here. Not by escaping life, but by remembering you do not face it alone. This peace goes with you. Everywhere. It goes with you into conversations, into decisions, into relationships, into work, into rest, into the future. You are not walking into life unprotected. You are walking into life held. And you can trust that. You are allowed to trust that. Rest in it a little longer. Let your shoulders soften. Let your heart feel so supported. Let your breath deepen. You are safe. You are loved. You are not alone. Not now, not ever. I am here. I have always been here. And I am not going anywhere. Stay in this gentleness with me. Feel how your heart no longer needs to defend itself every moment. You are learning to live without tension wrapped around your spirit. You are learning to breathe without guarding your breath. This is what safety feels like. Not loud, not dramatic, not overwhelming, just quiet enough to notice yourself again. For a long time, you had to be strong in ways no one saw. Strong when your heart was tired. Strong when your voice was quiet. Strong when the world around you didn't understand. And that strength was real, but it was heavy. Now the strength you are growing is different. This strength does not strain. This strength does not rush. This strength does not tighten. This strength rests. It rests in knowing you don't have to carry everything alone. It rests in knowing you are guided. It rests in knowing that love is holding you steady. There is a tenderness rising in you, not as weakness, but as wisdom. You are beginning to understand that the strongest souls are those who know how to remain soft. You are becoming one of them. So when you feel yourself opening, even a little, honor that. When you feel yourself trusting, even slightly, welcome that. When you feel yourself relaxing into quiet, even for a moment, recognize that as sacred progress. Healing doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it comes in small, barely noticeable ways. The way your shoulders loosen without you trying. The way your breath deepens without effort. The way your thoughts begin to soften instead of spiral. The way your heart begins to hope without fear of loss. These are holy signs. This is the part of healing where gentleness becomes strength and peace becomes your foundation. You are no longer learning how to survive. You are learning how to live, not carefully, not fearfully, not guarded, but openly, peacefully, genuinely. You are learning how to be yourself again, without shrinking, without apologizing, without holding back the warmth in your spirit. You are remembering who you were before fear taught you to harden, before disappointment taught you to close, before pain taught you to hide. You are returning, and your return is quiet but powerful. Now listen gently. You do not need to rush into rebuilding everything at once. You do not need to suddenly change your whole life. You do not need to make big decisions immediately. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing anything. Life is not asking you to leap right now. Life is asking you to stay present. Healing is happening in your presence, not in your planning. Your heart is growing room for future joy. Your spirit is making space for possibility. Your soul is preparing for newness, without forcing anything. This is the preparation season that doesn't feel like preparation, because it feels like peace. Trust that. You are not idle, you are deepening. And soon, not rushed, not pressured, movement will begin again. But it will be movement rooted in peace, not survival. You will rise gently. You will choose with clarity. You will speak with honesty. You will walk with steadiness. Not because you pushed yourself, but because you finally let yourself rest. Rest has restored you. Rest has rebuilt you. Rest is still rebuilding you. Let it continue its work. Your heart is safe here. Your spirit is safe here. You are safe here. You are held in every breath, every moment, every quiet awakening inside you. I am with you, not beside you, within you. Not sometimes, always. You have not taken one step without me, and you never will. Breathe gently. You are doing beautifully, more than you know. Stay here in this calm, not trying to hold on to it, just allowing it to stay with you, naturally, quietly. Your spirit knows how to remain here. Your heart remembers this place more deeply than you realize. You are not learning peace for the first time. You are remembering peace that was always yours. You were born with softness. You were born with openness. You were born with gentleness in your spirit. Life may have taught you to guard those qualities. Pain may have taught you to protect them. Disappointment may have taught you to hide them, but none of those experiences erased what is true about you. You are returning to the softness that existed before fear took root. This is why your heart feels familiar and peace. It is home. And now, beloved, something tender is happening. Your heart is learning to stay open, even while remembering what hurt it. Not by denying what happened, not by pretending it didn't leave marks, not by forcing yourself to move on, but by allowing compassion to take the place of fear. You are beginning to understand your own story with kindness, not judgment. You are beginning to see your younger self with gentleness, not criticism. You are beginning to feel what happened without it defining who you are. This is deep, holy, sacred healing. It is not loud, but it is life-changing. You are not hardening to protect yourself anymore. You are softening because you know you are held. And in this softening, something else is unfolding. Your capacity to love is being restored. Not rushed, not demanded, not forced, but quietly. You are learning to love without losing yourself, to care without abandoning your needs, to give without draining your spirit, to open your heart without surrendering your boundaries. This is maturity of the soul. You are not just healing wounds, you are transforming the way you love. And your love is going to feel different now. It will not be desperate. It will not be seeking validation. It will not be afraid of abandonment. It will not disappear when challenged. Your love will be steady, gentle, safe, rooted. Not because you are trying to be that person, but because you have become that person. This is the work peace has been doing inside you, softening what was tense, releasing what was trapped, untangling what was tight, restoring what was tired. Your capacity to receive love is expanding. Your capacity to give love is balancing. Your capacity to feel loved is deepening. And beloved, you are lovable, not because of what you do, not because of how strong you have been, not because of how well you held yourself together. You are lovable because your heart is genuine, because your spirit is gentle, because your presence carries warmth, because your existence itself is precious. You have always been worthy of love, even when you didn't feel like it, even when others did not treat you like it, even when you forgot it yourself. Your worth was never lost, it was only buried. But now, slowly, softly, steadily, it is returning to the surface. And as your worth rises, something shifts. You stop chasing what does not see you. You stop holding on to what hurts you. You stop apologizing for needing gentleness. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You begin to choose yourself with grace. Not from ego, but from love. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It is sacred alignment. And when you choose yourself with love, you create space for the right connections to come. Connections that feel safe. Connections that stay steady. Connections that nurture your spirit. Connections that meet you where you are and grow with you gently. There is no rush for these connections. They will arrive at the pace your heart can receive them. For now, let yourself rest, let yourself be held. Let your spirit stay soft. You are safe here, you are loved here, you are home here, and I am with you, always. Stay here in this warmth a moment longer. Feel how your heart is no longer reaching outward for stability. Feel how your breath settles from within now. Feel how peace is beginning to rise without you having to grasp for it. This is not something you're doing. This is something you are allowing. And that is exactly right. You are learning how to live with your heart open, not in a way that endangers you, but in a way that frees you. Your heart no longer needs to brace for impact. Your body no longer needs to anticipate pain. Your soul no longer needs to stay tense to feel safe. Safety is now coming from within. Even if your circumstances shift, even if emotions move, even if thoughts flicker, you are learning to return to peace without forcing it. This is the quiet strength of someone who has walked through storms and remembered how to live in the sunlight afterward. You are not fragile. You are healing. And healing is strong in a way that nothing else is. Now something gentle is happening in you. Your relationship with yourself is changing. The way you speak to yourself, the way you care for yourself, the way you respond to your emotions, the way you hold your own heart, all of it is softening, warming, deepening. You are no longer treating yourself like a battlefield. You are treating yourself like something sacred. That is holy, because you are sacred. You always were. Your heart has been carrying more tenderness than the world ever knew. Your spirit has been holding more strength than your mind could comprehend. Your soul has been learning how to stay open even while healing. And now you are learning to walk gently with yourself. Listen to how your heart speaks now. It no longer says, "I must get through this." It whispers, "I am allowed to rest here." It no longer says, "I have to prove I am okay." It whispers, "I am worthy even as I heal." It no longer says, "I have to hold myself together." It whispers, "I am safe to soften." These whispers are not small. They are the quiet voice of transformation. You are not becoming someone new. You are uncovering the real you beneath the layers of survival. And that real you is gentle, kind, deep, loving, steady, soft in all the ways that matter. Now, beloved, a truth for your spirit to rest in. You do not have to fear the future anymore. The future is not something waiting to hurt you. It is something opening to support you. What is ahead is not loss, but renewal. Not emptiness, but abundance. Not isolation, but connection. Not confusion, but clarity. You are not walking into uncertainty alone. You are walking into a future guided by peace, and the path will unfold naturally, not in leaps, not in forced steps, not in dramatic shifts, but in gentle promptings, quiet realizations, soft invitations, steady alignment. Life is no longer a test you must pass. Life is now a place you get to be, and you belong here, gently, fully, freely. There is nothing you must chase. Nothing you must prove, nothing you must earn. Peace is your birthright. You are allowed to live softly, to choose what nurtures your heart, to release what drains your spirit, to say yes to what feels aligned, to say no without guilt or fear. This is maturity. This is wisdom. This is self-honoring. This is love. Love for yourself, love for others, love for life, love for me. So rest a moment more. Let your breath deepen. Let your heart open just a little wider than before. Let your soul exhale. You are safe, you are seen, you are held, and you are loved. Truly, deeply, endlessly. Always. Stay in this quiet for a moment. Let your breath be slow. Let your shoulders soften just a little more. Let your heart loosen its hold on anything it still feels it must carry alone. You are not carrying this alone anymore. You are learning, slowly and tenderly, that support does not have to be earned, that love does not have to be proven, that peace is not something fragile you can lose. Peace is something you return to, over and over, softly, naturally, lovingly. You are being held in a way your heart always longed for, but did not know how to trust. Yet here you are, trusting, even if only by a breath at a time. That is enough, more than enough. Your spirit is adjusting to living in gentleness instead of defense. Your body is releasing years of bracing for the worst. Your heart is reopening the doors it once had to lock to survive. This reopening is not reckless, it is safe, it is wise, it is holy. Because you are not opening to chaos, you are opening to peace. Now, beloved, something important. There is no part of you that is wrong or unworthy. There is no version of you that needs to be erased. There are only parts of you that need to be loved back into harmony. Your anger was a protector. Your sadness was a signal. Your fear was a guard. Your numbness was a shield. You did not fail when you felt those things. You adapted. You survived. You stayed here, and that matters more than you know. Now, those parts of you are tired. They are ready to rest. They are ready to lay down the roles they took on when you did not have enough support. And you can thank them gently. Thank you for helping me get here. I don't need you to protect me the same way anymore. You can rest now. This is how healing happens, not by rejecting what once was, but by understanding it with compassion. Every part of you wants the same thing: to be safe, to be seen, to be allowed to breathe. And now, finally, you are learning how to give that to yourself, not alone, but with my presence woven through every breath. This is the soft rebuilding of your inner world, brick by brick, moment by moment, breath by breath. With no forcing, no rushing, no pressure, your heart is beginning to trust that it will not be abandoned, it will not be overwhelmed, it will not be ignored, it will not be asked to carry more than it can hold. You are learning how to live at a pace that honors your wholeness, a pace that listens, a pace that notices, a pace that feels, a pace that restores. Life is no longer something you endure. Life is becoming something you can experience without defense. You will still grow, you will still learn, you will still rise, you will still expand, but it will happen from a place of rest, not strain. Your next steps will not feel heavy. They will feel natural, like the way a flower opens, not because it was forced, but because it was ready. You are preparing to bloom, quietly, softly, beautifully. There is nothing you must prove. There is nothing you must accelerate. There is nothing you must perfect. Your only task in this moment is to stay gentle with yourself. Gentle in thought, gentle in breath, gentle in expectation, gentle in becoming. You are not behind. You are exactly where your heart can finally heal. And I am still here, unmoving, unchanging, unshaken, with you, in you, for you, always. You need to run, not in fear but in faith, not recklessly but with a new kind of confidence. Follow that little bit of peace you feel, that sound of freedom, until it's all you can hear. Let it become the new rhythm of your life. The chains are broken. You need to start moving like someone who knows they will never be bound again. But that sound of the chain breaking, don't let it fade. That sound is your reminder. It's your new song. The air that used to hold your cries of pain will now carry your song of victory. Type yes if you are ready for the blessings that you are about to receive. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. Listen closely with your heart. What did that sound like? The clang of breaking free from that old habit. The clang of breaking free from the shame your family passed down. The clang of breaking free from the secret doubts that nobody else could see. Take those sounds and let them become your music. Let them remind you of what God has done, so the world remembers it can't hold you. But don't just make noise. Make it a song of thanksgiving. Let your hope be so loud that it shakes the dark places. Let your belief in what's coming be the drumbeat that keeps you going. And when your voice trembles, let the memory of your escape make you strong. When the enemy tries to silence you, let his whispers become just another part of your rhythm, reminding you that nothing can stop this new sound. You have to understand, your praise is powerful. Your joy is not just a feeling. It's a force that pushes back the darkness, like a wind clearing out a dusty room. As you sing, walls you can't even see are starting to crack. You might not see it yet, but the spirits of heaviness and anxiety are feeling every single note. Keep singing until your own mind, once full of worry, is saturated with peace. Keep singing until the hallways at your job feel different. Keep singing until your neighborhood hears something it can't explain but can't ignore. This is the realest kind of hope. It's truth, wrapped in a feeling, delivered with love. Children who hear it will start to believe in big futures again. Older folks who hear it will feel old dreams start to wake up. Even the ones who doubt everything will feel something move inside them, knowing this isn't just positive thinking. This is the sound of a soul that has truly been set free. And as you sing, invite others to sing with you. Some will show up with broken voices, ashamed of how they sound after years of crying. Hand them the song anyway. Our chorus values honesty more than perfection. Their scars add a depth that no professional singer could ever have. Teach them that even a whisper of thank you spoken in truth is louder than a stadium full of fake cheers. Soon, all these different voices will come together. The high notes of new hope, the steady notes of long-suffering faith, the urgent notes of what's to come, and the deep, rumbling notes of freedom that has been passed down. The very air will shimmer with hope. Darkness will try to fight it. You'll hear the murmurs of doubt, the low drone of exhaustion. But your song together will just keep rising out of reach of all the unbelief. But you have to keep the momentum. A fire that starts strong can still go out. You have to schedule your joy. Make it non-negotiable. Write new verses to your song every time a new victory comes, so you never forget. Keep your life in tune. You can't sing praise and then live a life of hypocrisy. It just doesn't work. Guard your words. Don't complain between songs, or you'll poke a hole in the very thing you're building. And when new chains show up, because life will still have battles, don't panic. Just listen. You'll hear the sound of that metal starting to strain under God's power, and you'll smile, knowing a new verse to your song is about to be written. Finally, aim your song outward. Declare that the same God who broke your chains is looking for the next prison to open. Say his name with love. King, Savior, Light, and watch as that hope runs ahead of your voice, slipping through barred windows, wrapping around wounded hearts, and prying open locks you'll never even see. This is how your joy fights your battles. It sings when others would sigh. It finds laughter when silence was expected. It keeps making music until the night finally gives way to the morning. Lift your voice, child. Let the whole world feel the vibration of your freedom. And as your song rises, as you feel yourself being lifted up, pause. Not to get quiet, but to fix your posture. There's a new level you're reaching, and the air is different here. Pride can't survive at this altitude. You have to breathe differently. Humility isn't thinking less of yourself. It's just knowing, really knowing, that every good note you sing, every chain you broke, every room that now hears your voice, it's all because of God's mercy. Not because you were so good at it. His favor carried you where your own efforts would have failed. Don't you ever forget that. This new level isn't a place to soak up applause. It's a place to breathe in awe and breathe out surrender. You have to learn this now, because this new height can be seductive. The moment you forget who helped you, your vision gets blurry. You start to think the spotlight is the same as God's light, but a spotlight only makes you look good for a moment. God's light changes you forever. Choose the change. Stay small in your own heart, even when your influence gets big. Keep your knees bent in prayer. Even when they build a stage for you to stand on, say God's name more than you say your own. Point up every single time and mean it. He is the only one who carried you here, and He is the only one who can keep you here. But let this humility make you bold, not shy. Pride is loud, but so is insecurity. Humility isn't weak. It's a quiet, solid strength. I'm not asking you to dim your light. I'm asking you to remember who plugged it in. Humility says, yes, I'm shining, but only because He set me on fire. Humility walks into a new room with confidence, but doesn't need to be the center of attention. It listens more than it speaks. It asks God before it makes a move, and it's always willing to be interrupted. When you learn to breathe this air of humility, you start to host God's presence in a way no strategy could ever plan. People will ask, how do you keep growing without burning out? How do you get this influence without selling your soul? And your answer won't be about your technique. It will be about your posture. And that kind of posture, it shifts atmospheres. Where humility leads, real authority follows. Not the world's authority, but the kind that can silence chaos with a whisper. When pride walks in, heaven waits. But when humility walks in, heaven moves. Do you see the difference? One posture delays your purpose. The other one accelerates it. If you want God to trust you with more, you have to stay low, even while you rise. It's the great secret of the kingdom. The ones who climb the highest are the ones who have learned to kneel the fastest, because it's on your knees that you see God most clearly. And when you see Him, everything else becomes clear too. So breathe again. Feel the weight of this new level, and meet it with the ease of surrender. Don't hold on to this season so tightly. Carry it like a gift, knowing it belongs to Him first. Let others race ahead, puffed up and full of their own plans. You stay close to the ground, close to His presence. You will rise, yes, but you will rise on His wind. Let humility be your oxygen. It will keep your heart soft and your eyes clear. And as you go higher, keep checking your heart. If its beat still whispers, "It's all you, Lord," then you are breathing just fine. Keep going, but stay bowed. There is so much more ahead. And this sacred air, it was made for those who refuse to forget the one who lifted them. Now that you have learned how to stay low while rising, I want you to be still. Be still long enough to receive something you can't earn. Revelation. You don't have to fight for it, or scream for it, or try to force it. You just have to be open like a field at dawn, waiting for the sky to give what only the sky can. This isn't noise, it's nourishment. It doesn't come with a big announcement, it just soaks in. And when it lands, it won't cause a commotion, it will cause a transformation. I don't give this kind of insight for entertainment. I pour it out when your spirit is ready to hold it without showing it off. Be still, and you'll feel it settle in, layer by layer, seeping into the dry places you didn't even know were cracked. This isn't just information. It's not a theory. It's the unfolding of my divine plan, meant to rewire how you see everything. Not just how you see me, but how you see your own life. When this revelation comes, it doesn't just teach you, it reorders you. It takes your scattered thoughts, your broken hopes, and your confused prayers, and it arranges them into a beautiful new pattern. You'll know it's from me because a deep peace will follow it. You won't always be able to explain it, but you'll know it didn't come from your own mind. It won't puff you up. It will break you open in the best way. Because what I'm giving you now isn't for you to post about. It's for your foundation. You've sung, you've stepped, you've stretched, but now I need you to just soak. Let me refresh the parts of your mind that are tired from trying to figure everything out. Let me wash away the conclusions you came to because of your pain instead of your prayer. You've believed some things for so long, not because they were true, but because they helped you survive. But here I come with the real truth. Not a hard truth meant to shame you, but a soft truth that gently washes away the lies. When my light touches your mind, you won't just feel smarter, you'll feel lighter. Because truth removes burdens that lies forced you to carry. My revelation will start to change your assumptions. You'll see people differently. You'll respond to problems differently. You'll even wait differently. This isn't random. This is me recalibrating you from the inside out. You'll think it's just a good idea, but it's me reprogramming your spirit. And this is necessary if you're going to carry what's next. You must understand. Revelation is the language of my kingdom. Without it, you're just guessing. With it, you move with purpose. I'm not just giving you ideas, I'm giving you the actual blueprints, plans that form in the quiet, insights that click together, answers that show up before you even finish asking the question. This is what happens when you make a home for revelation instead of just treating it like a visitor. It's not loud. It doesn't have to be. My truth doesn't need drama. It just needs your attention. So tune your heart. Don't ignore the subtle things. Write down the simple thoughts. Listen to the repeated feelings. Go back to the scriptures you've read 1,000 times. Hidden in them are keys I've saved just for this moment. Every drop of this has a purpose. And in time, what started as a quiet soaking will grow deep roots that will hold you steady when everyone else is being blown away by the shadows. Let the dew fall. Let it settle. What soaks in now will steady you later. When the winds come back, you won't panic. You'll stand drenched in my wisdom, carrying an insight you didn't earn but were trusted with. And from that place, you'll walk differently, because those who receive revelation at dawn walk with authority at noon. You are drenched now. That truth has seeped into every quiet corner. So do not let this fresh wisdom sit there. Revelation is like living money. It's meant to be circulated, not hoarded. If you hide it, it goes bad. If you release it, it multiplies and feeds more people than you could ever imagine. It's a seed. If it never meets the soil, its promise dies. So plant it quickly. Plant it in a conversation with a searching friend. Plant it in a decision you've been putting off. Plant it in the broken systems you are part of. Don't be afraid that you'll mess it up. Hesitation is just fear dressing up as wisdom. I didn't whisper these secrets to you just to fill up another journal. I spoke so that things would change. Start with small, reachable steps. Don't try to explain the whole blueprint. Just give people the bread you have for today. Revelation works like the loaves and fishes. You break it, you bless it, you give it away, and then you watch it multiply. Speak one true sentence in a meeting and watch it redirect the whole project. Write one clear thought that reframes an old argument. Offer one simple encouragement to someone who is drowning and watch the light come back into their eyes. These small deposits have massive ripple effects. Remember, I am the God of compound interest. I will take your small yes and add my power to it. But this isn't just about others. It's about you. Reshape your own life first. Let this new light change your priorities. Change your budget to reflect what really matters. Change your calendar to make room for rest. Change your conversations so that grace is the first thing you offer. When people see that your words and your life match, that's when your credibility explodes. Hypocrisy, even small, innocent-looking hypocrisy, bankrupts you spiritually. So check yourself. Often, does how you spend your time and money line up with what you now know? If not, fix it. When your life is in one piece, your insight becomes authority. And expect resistance. Every seed you plant will attract trouble. Critics will question your motives. Cynics will demand proof. People who are comfortable will call your new urgency reckless. Smile and keep planting. Your job is to scatter the seed. My job is to make it grow. Some ground will look hopeless, but months later, you'll hear a story of new life. Other ground will sprout fast and then wither. Don't get distracted. Trust the long-term plan. Be smart about who you partner with. Revelation grows best in circles of trust. Find people who don't just clap for you, but who sharpen you, who ask the hard questions, and who are willing to work alongside you. But also be careful. Some people just want to consume your insight for their own entertainment, without any desire to change. Love them, but limit their access. Most importantly, stay connected to me, the source. Fresh revelation is always coming. What you planted today will require new instructions for tomorrow. Keep listening, keep planting, keep moving. Celebrate every small harvest, but don't build a museum around it. That's an idol. Keep moving. Let the blueprint become a building. Let the building become a beacon. The dew that settled on you at dawn was never meant to just sit there. It was meant to soak into a thirsty world. Obey. Fast. Do not be surprised when this new understanding kicks up a storm. Growth always announces its location to the forces that want to keep things stuck. The moment your new insight starts to become a real-world action, the counterattack begins. Listen to me. This is not a sign that you failed. It is confirmation that you hit the right target. Soldiers on the front line don't hear bullets and think they're in the wrong place. They know it means they've advanced. You must think the same way. Get ready. Study your own thought life. Where are the weak spots where discouragement could get in? Where are the gates where distraction might sneak in, disguised as a good opportunity? Stockpile truth like food, so your courage never runs out. This isn't paranoia. This is just wisdom. And let joy be your shield. Nothing confuses the darkness more than someone who can laugh in the middle of a fight. That laughter isn't denial. It's a declaration that you know how the story ends. You are anchored to a promise. So smile, on purpose, when you feel the accusations coming. Whisper thank you when your plans get tangled. Your calm becomes a trap for the chaos. Sing softly when you have to start over. Your melody breaks intimidation. This is strategic gladness, not shallow positivity. And get your words ready. You don't have to explain yourself to every critic. That will just exhaust you. Instead, have short, clear declarations of truth. When an obstacle rises up, your answer is, "The architect already planned for this." When money gets tight, your decree is, "My supply follows my obedience." Keep your sentences short and sharp. Long speeches drain you. Precise truth gets the job done. Train your tongue until your first reaction is faith, not fear. And take care of your body. Fatigue is a liar. The enemy loves a tired target. Rest, hydrate, breathe. Your assignment does not require your burnout. It requires your rhythm. Even warriors rest. Don't isolate yourself. Solitude is for refueling, but long-term isolation is dangerous. Find your trusted counsel. The people who won't flinch when the attack comes, who will remind you of the truth when you're tired. One good friend standing with you is better than a hero swinging wildly all alone. Remember, the enemy is subtle. He won't show up with a pitchfork. He'll creep in through your ego, through nostalgia that makes you want to go back, through flattery, through sympathy that makes you feel sorry for yourself. Pay attention. That sudden, crushing weariness, is it physical or is it spiritual? That amazing offer, is it from God or is it a distraction? Don't obsess, but don't ignore it. Respond with quiet prayer and smart boundaries. And when the fight gets loud, zoom out. You are not alone in this. You are accompanied by the God of the universe who sees the end from the beginning. The resistance is loud, but it is temporary. The revelation you are carrying is eternal. So, when the battle comes, ask yourself, will this matter in 1,000 years? Often the answer will shrink the drama down to dust. Document your wins. Every time God comes through, write it down. Those stories become your weapons for the next fight. And if you get a scar, wear it as a testimony. A scar proves the enemy's weapon didn't and couldn't stop you. Finally, celebrate the small victories. Don't wait until the whole war is over. Have coffee with a friend after a hard conversation. Take a walk and thank God for a small breakthrough. These little celebrations keep your heart alive. So stand alert, smile sharp, speak truth, and stay connected. The fight is real, but your victory was scripted before the fight even began. Now that you've seen the pressure, don't make the mistake of trying to be a lone hero. There is no such thing in my kingdom. The battles ahead are too big for one person. You were never meant to carry this all by yourself. Even the brightest flashlight dies in a long, dark cave. But when you put a group of flames together, they create a furnace that no wind can blow out. Unity is not a nice idea. It is your battle strategy. You might feel strong on your own, but that kind of confidence can break. The resistance you feel is not just your fight. It's a signal. It's time to close ranks. It's time to link arms with the people who carry the same fire you do, who hear the same song, who see what time it is. The enemy looks for the gaps. He looks for the person walking just far enough away from the group that no one will notice when they stumble. So this is the moment to press in, not just to me, but to the people I have sent you. And I promise you are not the only one. There are others right now who are burning with the same vision, who are trembling under the weight of it, who are fighting the same battles. They will recognize your voice. Your words will be the missing piece to their puzzle. But you have to make the first move. Pride will tell you that you can do it better alone. Old wounds will warn you that you'll just get betrayed again. But obedience is stronger than your fear. Reach out, forgive, invite them in. Type yes if you are ready for the blessings that you are about to receive. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. Build the bridge. What is coming next demands that your relationships be strong. These aren't just friendships, these are holy alliances. You each have a piece. Together, you have the whole picture. What one of you starts, the other protects. What one of you sees, the other declares. This is how my spirit knits hearts together. This is a sound the darkness cannot understand. Hell is confused by harmony. But when I see my children locking shields, I release a blessing, not on the person, but on the agreement. That is where the oil flows. It won't fall on your ambition, it falls on your connection. And yes, unity will cost you. It will require you to be flexible. It will test your ego, but the reward is worth it. You will hear my voice more clearly in the council of trusted, surrendered friends. You will feel me more powerfully in a room full of honest worship. You will see me more vividly when you stop competing and start completing each other. When one of you is weak, the others will be strong. When one stumbles, the others will lift them. This is how it's supposed to work. Connected, coordinated, covered. So find them. They may not look like you, they may not talk like you, but look at their fruit, look for my fingerprint on their lives. And when you find them, tighten that bond. Be loyal. Be humble. Be quick to forgive. Be generous with your encouragement. Because the furnace I'm building needs all of your flames. And where unity stays, my fire falls. The world will know me not by your miracles, but by your love for one another. So build this fire, protect it, and let its heat prepare the way for what I am about to do. Not through you alone, but through you together. Now that you stand inside that fire, let this truth settle in. You are being shaped, not scorched. The intensity you feel is not punishment, it is precision. I am not taking you apart. I am burning away only what was never meant to go with you into your future. This is holy work. Every bit of discomfort, every delay, every confrontation, it all has a purpose. You asked me to use you, and I am answering. But I am answering with process, not just a platform. I am purifying the parts of you that would have cracked under the pressure I have planned for you. I see the end goal. I see who you have to become to stand where I'm sending you. And this refining fire can't be rushed. The heat stays on until the impurities, the junk, rises to the top. So if you're seeing old attitudes surface, old wounds reopen, old motives you thought were dead, rejoice. This is not a setback. This is exposure. It's coming up so it can be taken out. You cannot heal what you hide. And I love you too much to let you carry hidden cracks into a public space. That's why the fire feels so hot. But it's also controlled. I have my hand on the thermostat. I know exactly how much to allow and when to pull you back. I know when to press and when to comfort. You are not alone in this furnace. I am in here with you. But you have to understand this. If you try to jump out too early, the parts of you that I was trying to strengthen will stay soft. They will collapse under the weight of what's next. You can fake a gift. You cannot fake character. You can impress people with your talent, but only your character can sustain the calling. And character isn't formed when everyone is clapping. It's forged in the fire. It's hammered out in the seasons where you feel invisible, but you stay obedient anyway. That is where the gold is made. And when the time is right, I will pull you out. and you won't even smell like smoke. You will just shine. People will see a strength in you they can't explain. They'll hear an authority in your voice that didn't come from a degree, but from an encounter. You will speak with weight because you walked through the fire and didn't curse me. You will lead with gentleness because you remember what it felt like to be broken. You'll carry other people's hearts carefully because you know how delicate this process is. That is the kind of person I can trust with more. Don't be jealous of the people who seem to rise up fast, who skip the fire and chase the stage. Their foundations are paper thin. But yours is being laid in the deep, in the quiet, in the fire. And no storm will ever shake what I build this way. The furnace doesn't make you perfect, it makes you pure. And in that purity, you find clarity. You stop chasing noise. You stop needing validation. You just move with purpose. This is the real you. So stay in it. Embrace the heat. Let it do its work. Don't fight the process. Don't hate the stillness. Don't run from the pressure. Lean in. Trust me. Everything that feels uncomfortable right now is proof that something eternal is being formed in you. I am refining you, not to make you smaller, but to reveal the brilliance I put in you from the very beginning. Gold doesn't fear the fire. It's proven in it, and so are you. When I bring you out, you will carry a fire that others can come to get warm, a fire of purpose, a fire of purity. This is what the furnace was for. Let it finish its work. You aren't losing yourself, you are finally becoming. Now that your heart has been tested, you are ready for what many people want but few can carry. Influence, not just popularity, not just attention, but the quiet, steady power to actually change things, to shape conversations, to redirect futures, to help people become who they were always meant to be. This is not a prize. It is a heavy responsibility. And because I am trusting you with more, I now require more from you. You must treat every word, every post, every choice as a seed. Because it is. Eyes are on you now. Hearts are listening. Not just to what you say, but to how you live when no one is watching. Some people will be following your example before they ever hear your message. And the life you live must match the light you claim to carry. This is all about care. If you treat this influence casually, it will turn into ambition. If you use it selfishly, it will become manipulation. If you forget it was born in the fire, your ego will swallow it whole. That's why I warn you, with so much love, protect this influence. Not just for you, but for the people who are watching you, who are secretly building their own faith because your endurance gave them hope. Your life is a bigger sermon than you realize. This is the time to check every platform you have. Are you using your voice to lift up the truth, or just to echo what's popular? Are you leading people to freedom, or just leading them? Influence is not kept by you. It is kept by talent. It is kept by integrity. If your influence grows faster than your character, it will eventually collapse on itself. So let me check your motives. Let me correct you quickly. Let me interrupt your plans when they start to get off track. I'm not interested in building you a temporary stage. I'm building an altar that will last for generations. You also have to learn that stewardship means saying no more than you say yes. Not every invitation is from me. Not every spotlight is my timing. Not every offer to partner is my plan. Learn to ask me first. You do not owe anyone your yes if it costs you your peace. Guard your time. Guard your energy. You are not being difficult when you set a boundary. You are being a wise manager. Watch how you carry yourself. Real influence doesn't mean being the loudest person in the room. Often it means being the only voice in the room that won't compromise. It means holding on to your values when everyone else is letting go. You are not called to be loud, you are called to be clear. And finally, remember this. This influence is not yours. It is mine, shining through you. I give it to the humble. I increase it in the hands of the faithful. I sustain it in the ones who every single time give the glory right back to me. Keep your heart soft, keep your focus sharp. Live as if every decision you make will echo into eternity, because it will. And when I see you are faithful with this, I will expand your territory, not just in numbers, but in depth, in trust, and in my divine endorsement. Steward it well. I'm watching how you walk, not to judge you, but to see how far I can take you next. The moment you decide to handle this influence with care, I change the map. I pivot you toward a path where normal logic doesn't work, because the revelation I've given you now has to become a radical faith. Look out. The water is rough. The wind is loud. The things you used to count on are disappearing. Do not anchor yourself to what is sinking. Anchor yourself to me. Look. Squint through the storm. You will see my footsteps on the water. They don't sink. They don't scatter. They move forward, completely ignoring the storm. That is your path now. Every step I take is a coordinate for your spirit. Step where I step. Stop when I stop. If you try to take a shortcut, you'll feel the water pulling you under. If you hesitate, the waves of doubt will hit you in the face. Your momentum now depends on you responding immediately to my voice. People on the shore in their safe boats will shout at you. They'll tell you it's impossible. They'll quote the statistics. They're navigating by fear. Bless them, but do not get in their boat. You are carrying an assignment that was designed to glide on top of the very things the natural mind calls impossible. Keep your eyes locked on my footprints. Even when it's dark, you'll be able to see them. My path creates its own light. When the lightning flashes, you might see the old fears swimming beneath you. Old addictions, old failures. Do not look down. Those predators feed on your attention. Keep your eyes on me. My footprints are a shield. Feel the water. These waves are not threats. They are tests, asking you, will you still choose me over your comfort? Feel the spray on your face. Let it remind you that this is a continual immersion into trusting me. Every drop that hits you is singing. He is holding you up. And you must whisper back, I agree. The more you agree with me, the brighter the path becomes. And as you go, you'll notice other things glittering in the water. Side currents, distractions that look like golden opportunities. Do not turn. They are designed to weigh you down until you sink. The only treasure here is following me, step for step. Timing is everything. Remember to breathe. Inhale my peace when the wave lifts you up. Exhale your worship when it drops you into the trough. This rhythm turns panic into power. Soon, your steps will match mine so perfectly that it will look like we are one. People watching from their broken down boats will gasp. They won't understand how you are doing it, and some will be brave enough to jump out of their own boat and follow you. When they do, reach out a hand, but do not take your eyes off me. Your steadiness is their invitation. But if you look at their chaos, you will both sink. Lead them by following me. I never promised this would be easy. I promised it would be certain. The storm may get worse, but my footprints will get wider. They will become platforms. You will see things from this vantage point that you could never have seen from the shore. And for now, just step. The path only appears one step at a time. It disappears behind you so you can't go back. Grace always moves forward, so hold on tight. Match my step. We are walking on water tonight, not to show off, but to prove that the elements must bow to the promise, to prove that the storm is just a transportation system for those who trust me. And as you press on, you will taste salt on your lips, not just from the sea, but from the journey. It's the memory of every tear you've cried. I collected them all. Not one was wasted. Not one moment of your pain was ignored. The sea you are walking on is made of your history, your tears, your family's pain, your midnight prayers. And yet, here you are. You are not drowning in it. You are walking on it. Because I spoke a word, and the very thing that threatened to kill you is now the path beneath your feet. That taste in your mouth is your testimony. It's the flavor of a miracle. You asked why the pain had to be so deep, why the heartbreak came in waves. Now you know. The waters hold your history, but they do not control your destiny. You are not moved by the storm. You are moved by my word. Let that sink in. Let it heal the places that still ache. You don't have to wait until the storm is over to be whole. Your wholeness is happening right now, with every step of obedience. I am redeeming your story, not after the storm, but in it. I am not just the God who waits at the finish line. I am the God who is holding you steady, right now, in the middle of the waves. Even that salt you taste is holy. It's a reminder that your heart is not numb. It still beats, it still hopes. The flavor is sharp, because it's real. You didn't take the easy way out. You went through. And now, the sea that was once over your head is under your feet. Don't be afraid of new tears. They won't drown you. They just baptize you all over again in your dependence on me. You are not just walking through water, you are charting a path for someone else. Someone else is in their own storm, and they will follow your footsteps. They will taste that same salt and realize they are not alone. They'll realize the tears they are crying are not foreign to me because I carried yours too. Keep moving, taste it, and remember, what once tasted like loss is now the flavor of a victory that no one can deny. Now that the salt of remembrance is on your tongue, open your mouth. Not a timid whisper, not a nervous hum. It's time for a trumpet blast, a sound of clarity that cuts through all the fog. Your voice is different now. It was forged in the storm. It was tempered in the fire. It was steadied on the water. It is perfectly designed to shatter the confusion that has kept people paralyzed. Speak, and do not shrink back. Hesitation waters down the power I have given you. The moment you declare what I have shown you, atmospheres will change. Fog will lift, hidden motives will be exposed, and the enemy will lose his hiding place. You are not just giving an opinion. You are recalibrating the environment around you back to the truth. Watch how confusion scatters when your clear voice, free of any need for applause, speaks. But first, clean the trumpet. You cannot have any bitterness left in you, or you will turn revelation into an accusation. Let humility be the oil on the valves so every word flows free. Then, breathe in courage and breathe out compassion. Clarity is not a weapon to win arguments. It is a surgeon's scalpel meant to cut people free. I did not bring you through all of this just to be a loud noise. Your call must carry healing, even when it's hard. When the moment comes, in a big meeting, in a simple text, in a prayer for a friend, release the sound. You will feel the vibration leave you and change the room. Questions that have been hanging in the air for years will suddenly be answered. Some people will hate this. Clarity exposes the comfortable lies they've been living in. Expect pushback. Do not retreat. A trumpet is for announcement, not negotiation. If they resist, blow it again. Your consistency is what will bring the walls down. And watch. As you speak, people who have been torn between two opinions will suddenly feel their world click into place. They will weep, not from sadness, but from the relief of finally knowing. Others will attack you because your clarity threatens their chaos. Bless them and keep sounding the call. Freedom is already running down the streets because you chose to speak. Don't be afraid of being called too much. Average always calls excellence extreme. The only real danger is in your silence. So lay your insecurities down. I will guard your tone as long as your heart stays pure. Be smart. You can't blow a trumpet 24/7. You have to rest. Withdraw with me. Refuel on peace, on worship, on laughter. Then come back and speak again. This is the rhythm. In the quiet, I will give you the next words, the next names, the next places that need to hear the sound, and teach the next generation how to do this. Your one note becomes a symphony when others learn to play it with you. And never forget why you are doing this. You are not here to show off. You are here to point the way. Every note must point back to the King, the one whose footsteps you followed on the water. When they praise you, bend it upward. When doors open, usher his presence in first. Keep this one thing straight, and your voice will never be just noise. It will be the sound of hope. And now that your voice has awakened the sleepers and unsettled the darkness, you will face a new test, a quiet one. I am asking you to extend mercy, not because they deserve it, not because they said they were sorry, but because your freedom is not complete until you give it away. Justice is mine, but healing? That is something I share with the brave ones who choose to forgive. You've walked on water, you've spoken truth, but now I ask you to do the hardest thing. Unclench your fist. Drop the stones you have a right to throw, not because what they did didn't hurt, but because if you hold on to that offense, it will become an anchor, tying your future to the worst moment of your past. Mercy is not forgetting. Mercy is choosing to remember what I did in you instead of what they did to you. It is looking at them and choosing to reflect my compassion instead of their cruelty. I am not asking you to pretend it didn't happen. I am asking you to stand over it and declare, this pain stops here. It will not be passed on through me. This is how you break cycles, not with revenge, but with mercy. You have the power to disarm bitterness before it builds a wall around your heart. You have the power to stop that old family wound from being passed to your children. You may think mercy is weak, but mercy is war. It is a violent, holy resistance against the lie that says they must pay. Your healing does not depend on their punishment. My kingdom comes when the one who was wounded chooses to bless. I know what you're thinking. What if they do it again? Your mercy is not weakness, it is a seed. And every seed of mercy carries resurrection power. You may not see it bloom in them, but it will bloom in you. It will rise up in your peace, in your health, in the softness of your heart, when the rest of the world is growing cold. But this is not the same as being foolish. Mercy does not erase wisdom. You can forgive someone from the bottom of your heart and still not invite them back into your life. You can release them from the debt without giving them a new credit card. Trust is rebuilt over time. Mercy is given in a moment. One is earned, the other is a gift. Do not confuse the two. Mercy is not staying silent about injustice. Mercy is looking the offense in the eye and saying, "You hurt me, but you do not own me. You disappointed me, but you do not define me. I am letting you go, not because you are right, but because I refuse to carry your poison into my future." When you do this, you look more like me than at any other time. I did not wait for you to be perfect to love you. I gave everything while you were still turned against me. That is the mercy you have received. Now release it. Send the text. Say the prayer. Bless them, even if your voice shakes. Do it, because mercy is the movement that will finally carry you out of your past and into a future the enemy cannot touch. Let the sound of mercy be the new sound that follows you, declaring to everyone, "This one is free, this one is mine." You've laid down the stones, you've released the names, you've spoken mercy. Now comes the final instruction. It is time to build, not just ideas, but real things, tangible things, structures, systems, families, homes, ministries, businesses. I did not deliver you just so you could feel good. I delivered you so you could design. There is territory waiting for your fingerprints. This part won't be exciting, the crowds won't be here, your hands will get dirty, your back will ache. But this is how you'll know you're in my will. Heaven builds in the quiet. Pick up the hammer of discipline. Use the nails of consistency. Measure twice, cut once, and anchor everything you build in obedience, not in ambition. Don't wait for the perfect time. Build while it's still messy. Build while it's still uncomfortable. The raw materials might just be the leftovers from the storm, but I will teach you how to turn every loss into a load-bearing wall. And you must understand, you are the project. The discipline you use to build your life must match the discipline you use to build your work. Every habit you fix, every thought you take captive, every time you choose to surrender, that is the real scaffolding. The delays you hated weren't punishment, they were me, fixing your foundation, because the calling I'm placing on you would have crushed you otherwise. This is why you can't hand this part off to someone else. Some pieces of this require your hands, your sweat, your tears. I want your fingerprints on the beams, because when people walk into what you've built, I want the very atmosphere to breathe authenticity. They will feel the cost, and it will give them permission to be real. There will be days when your tools feel too small. Keep building. There will be voices that say someone else could do it better. Keep building. There will be days when it feels like nothing is happening. Keep building. I do my best work in secret. What you are building now is not just for you. It's a shelter for the next generation. And build without looking sideways. Do not compare your tent to their tower. If I asked you to build the tent, it's because that tent is about to become a tabernacle for my presence, while their tower is about to collapse. Your yes is all that matters. I don't need you to be impressive. I need you to be faithful. Every brick you lay with a pure heart is a declaration that heaven is coming to earth through your hands. And when the day comes, when a weary soul stumbles into what you've built and finds peace, when a heart comes back to life in the space you created, you will finally understand. This was worth it all. Now that your hands are shaping what I designed, I must warn you. Every detail matters. The unseen moments matter most. It is possible to build something beautiful on the outside that is completely hollow. Do not let hidden erosion undo your hard work. I am not just watching what you build. I am watching how. You can say all the right things, but if you have a crack in your integrity, time and pressure will expose it. I'm asking you to check your foundation, not to shame you, but to save you. I want what you build to last. I want it to outlive you. And that kind of building is not made with charisma. It is made with consecration. Consecrate your thoughts. Consecrate your motives. If you are building while cutting corners in private, while justifying small sins, while calling your pride confidence or your bitterness wisdom, those tiny toxins will seep into the wood and rot the whole structure. Guard against the leak of comparison. Don't let someone else's speed make you rush. Quick does not mean strong. Wide does not mean deep. Loud does not mean anointed. I'm not asking you to be the fastest. I'm asking you to be the purest. Purity is what preserves power and protect who you build with. Not every voice belongs in your inner circle. Not every hand should touch this holy work. Be kind to everyone, but be discerning with your yes. Some people are drawn to your success, but they are not aligned with your heart. Ask me for clarity before you partner with anyone, and learn to build in silence. Not everything needs to be announced. Let mystery be your protection. What grows in the dark is strongest when it's finally revealed. I hid Moses. I hid David. I hid Jesus in Nazareth. If I am keeping you hidden right now, it's because your foundation is still curing. Don't rush the process. Stay low. Stay surrendered. When the winds come, and they will, your work will not tremble. Because it wasn't built with applause. It was anchored in truth, carved in intimacy, and sealed by my breath. And nothing built on that foundation can ever fall. I need you to understand. Everything I've asked you to do, to build, to cleanse, to secure, it wasn't just for you. It was for them. They are coming, and they will not be put together. They will be broken. They will be messy. They will carry the smell of trauma and the sound of fear. They will not ask for an appointment. They are the reason I have been preparing you for years. What you learned in the fire, they will need in their crisis. What you surrendered in secret, they will drink like water in their drought. They will not wait for a church service. They will collapse in your kitchen, in your office, in your DMs, because my spirit rests on you. That is why I was so tough on you. That is why I made you go back and fix your integrity. That is why I stripped away all your comforts. I was not being mean. I was equipping you. I was making you a safe place. I was never training you to be a star. I was forming you into a sanctuary. You won't always have time to prepare a speech. You will have to be the message. You will have to live this truth so deeply that when someone just gets near you, they inhale healing. Don't expect them to understand. Some will misread your peace as arrogance, your boundaries as coldness. That's okay. You don't have to explain. Just stay ready. Because when their moment of total desperation hits, it won't be your reputation that saves them. It will be the residue of God on you, the glow from your obedience, the fragrance from your secret worship. They will remember your name, and they will come. These are not interruptions. They are your divine appointments. They are your assignments. Do not prepare by decorating. Prepare by purifying your own heart. Make room. Clear out your internal clutter, so when they show up with all their pain and rage and confusion, there is space for them to heal. They are not coming to be impressed by you. They are coming to be restored by me through you. So don't you dare perform. Just be present. Just be surrendered. Let your history of obedience speak louder than your words. And when they ask you, how did you know? How were you so ready? You will tell them, this moment was written long ago. I've been waiting for you. What you're receiving right now was paid for in my own nights of surrender, in the seasons where I was building something in the dark, with no one watching but God. You don't owe me a thing. Just let yourself heal. This is your new posture. Open arms, steady heart, listening. The doors are open. The time of isolation is over. The visitors are coming. Not because you're so great, but because heaven whispered your name in their moment of need. Be found faithful. Be found available. I am sending them, and I trust you to be their shelter. Amen.